This week we're going to look at T-TESS Dimension 2.2, which is content, knowledge, and expertise. And I've always been a big believer if a teacher really knows his or her stuff, they can take some very difficult information and make it seem simple to the student. If you're teaching something and you make it even more complicated, a lot of times that means we need to understand it a little bit better. And so this particular dimension says the teacher uses content and pedagogical expertise to design and execute lessons aligned with state standards, related content, and student needs. And when we move over to going from the proficient to distinguished area, we can see that for a distinguished teacher, they need to make sure that they understand the content very deep, that because they understand it, they can relate it to multiple disciplines, that they can use it in multiple contexts, they can use it in real world or authentic situations. You need to be able to understand whether or not the material is going to create problems in students, and then try to be proactive in anticipating those problems and trying to include in your instruction ways to try to remedy that. You want to make sure that you hit higher order thinking during it, and a lot of that will come just basically from the authentic learning that the students will do. And then you want to make sure it's well sequenced and it connects with previous learning that took place. So what a teacher really needs to do is that they really need to know his or her stuff, and that they can make the content cross-disciplinary or interdisciplinary. They can use other subjects in many ways to be able to support what they're trying to teach there. They want to make things as authentic as possible, and we see that theme in many of the dimensions that we see. We want to make sure that we good strong sequencing, that you're building upon the content as the year goes on, that the student in using it authentically should be able to use it in multiple contexts. And again, this is real important when we're looking at preparing students for the way they're going to be held accountable, which is on the STAR or the end of course. And then multiple contexts is going to be a big component to be able to do well on that. And then, as we mentioned earlier, anticipate where misunderstandings may occur and try to include that within the lesson to make sure that they understand. From an administrative perspective, we want to make sure that we see that clear and deep understanding of the content, the use of multiple contexts, multidisciplinary and cross-disciplinary, anticipation of student issues, using high-order thinking skills, and then, as we mentioned before, the sequencing. Here at UT Tyler, we want to be a part of improving your professional endeavors. Please let us know what we can do.